So on our next segment on the week ahead, we have some special guests here today that have been involved in the Tasting History Project 2021. Joining me today are Jessica Lander, a teacher at Lowell High School, and some of her students. We'd like to have them introduce themselves before we get started, starting with Miss Lander.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fiato. I'm Miss Lander. I am a history and civics teacher here at Lowell High School and also a member of B House. And I teach all recent immigrants and refugees at our school. And last year, during our study of immigration, we created a cookbook at the end of our unit on immigration, where each student got to share a story of their own immigration, their own migration to the United States, through sharing a favorite family recipe and a little bit about their journey to the United States.
And we would like to hear from our students. So let's hear what their names are, where they were born, and what house they're in.
Hi, my name is Mariana Lima. I'm from Portugal and I'm B House.
Hi, my name is Samantha. I'm from Guatemala and my house is D House.
Hi, my name is Tim Payne. I was born in Cambodia and my house is B House.
All right, let's start with Samantha. Samantha, tell us why you're involved in this project and what did you contribute to it?
Oh, I contribute with my tamales for Christmas. It's a very traditional food in my country. Really, in this cookbook, it demonstrates all the varied cultures we have in Lowell High School. You need to read this book because really it's amazing, and you need to test all this recipe.
Test all the recipes. They're all delicious.
Yep, there are. Yeah.
And Tim, you're shaking your head saying yes, yes, yes. What did you contribute to the book?
So for me, I was thinking about my grandma. I cooked the food that I wrote with this amok with her right before I moved to US. And I was calling her and asked her, can she help me, tell me what to do about the recipes? And then, she helped me tell me to the phone, and then she let me test it, how is it, and then it was good. And it reminds me of my grandma and me cooking together.
And what was the recipe?
Amok. It's Khmer traditional food. We usually cook it do party and celebration, like Khmer New Year. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. And Mariana?
For the cookbook, I write about bacalhau. It's a tradition for Portugal. It's a Christmas tradition. This dish is very famous. And this remember my country because every Christmas we cook bacalhau. It's a cold fish. It's very good. And for this project is amazing and necessary because we can learn and cook different new recipes from different countries. And it's good because we can share for everybody a new recipes from different countries.
So let's hear from any one of you now. What did you learn from this project?
Our histories, because we all write our histories about all these recipes, and you can see the stories, you can read the stories.
This question is from Ms. Landers. Why is this important to Lowell High School, to Lowell, to you, to our students? Why is tasting history important?
Well, I think it's important for many reasons. When we study, so in this country, our country is so strong for being a country made up of people from all over the world. And I teach U.S. history, and we study the migration of people to the U.S. from 100 years ago. But we have so many teachers in our school, in our students. And our students have so much to teach us, particularly about migration. And so when we are studying the history of migration 100 years ago, we also have to look to the young people in our school who can teach us about stories of migration as well, and that their history is a part of American history. And so I think for me, this cookbook is powerful because it really showcases and puts at the forefront of our learning the importance of studying each of their histories. As Samantha said earlier, the importance of studying those histories as really important for us to understand American history because their history is part of our history.
So what I understand us to be doing is we're looking at food as a way to bring cultures together and to describe cultures and to, as a lens, to talk about bigger topics like immigration. Through that, what other things have you learned about either your culture or other people's culture through the food that might not necessarily be related to the food itself, but has opened up some new perspectives for you?
I learned that everyone has their own story, just like the history behind them before they moved to the U.S., how they spend their time when they're in their countries, and how they used to be, because it's really different from their country, and the U.S. is like a new place to them. So I think it's really meaningful to them and to me too, because when we cook this food, we remind us to the past day that we cook with our family in our country. Yeah.
So many students, parents, and people miss their country, and when we cook or when we do something on our country, it's like we feel close to our people.
It's obvious that this project is meaningful to you, and I'm sure it's going to be meaningful for others that read it. Can you tell us how one could get a copy of this book? And if I wanted to buy a copy, where could I find it?
So copies are available in the school store. We want to, of course, always support the Lowell High School store. And we actually just created our new cookbook this year. Students just published their book, and it just came out yesterday. And I think, too, building onto what my students said, I think one of the powers is, and they spoke to this, is those connections that are made when we read each other's stories or we taste each other's food, and to see those shared commonalities between them. Being able to share food is something that can really build bridges and friendships. And I think, again, this cookbook for us, I've seen in the classroom, is really powerful in that it really shows that our students are our teachers, and we have lots and lots to learn.
Absolutely. And while you're holding the tasting history, why don't you tell us about any updates that you have?
We won the award. Yep, the Founder Awards 2021. Yes.
Yeah.
So from the Readable Feast, which is a regional cookbook festival and award program. And so last week, they were honored with a Founders Award for their work.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Ms. Lander, any final words for our audience before we wrap up?
Well, I'm just really, really proud of these incredible young people and also all of their classmates who are in this cookbook. We wrote this last year when we were totally remote, and I couldn't be more proud of how hard they worked and how they are being our teachers. And I think we have so much to learn from them, and their recipes are delicious, and their stories that they share in the book are inspiring. So thank you for having us on and letting them share about their work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we really appreciate all you've done, and we'll probably continue to do. Good luck with the rest of your school year.
Yep.
And we're looking forward to even more recipes as the years go on, because we all love to eat, and I'm looking forward to them myself. So thank you very much.
Thank
and,
you.
Well, you heard it here first. We have our students involved in the tasting history with their teacher, Ms. Landers, and we congratulate them on their fine work and accomplishments and wish you all the best of success. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.